Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I'll be talking about Premier League match week 26 Peru and prediction. So we got some really decent games coming up this match week. We got some big games coming up, I should say, as well, because we got Manchester City versus West Ham. I do think this is going to be a really decent game to watch. Newcastle versus Wolves. This is a very important game for Newcastle. Crystal Palace versus Fulham. Another relegation battle game, and it's a really important game for Fulham. Leicester versus Arsenal, Chelsea versus Man United. So we got some really decent games coming up this match week. So without any further ado, let's get back to our Premier League match week 26 Peru and prediction. Manchester City versus West Ham. This is going to be a great game to watch. Both of these teams has been performing really well this season. Man City at the moment, they are first in the table. On the other hand, West Ham are fourth. So I think this is going to be a really important game. And I think West Ham will believe they have a chance to win this game because early this season, they met and West Ham hold on to Manchester City 1-1. So I'm pretty sure West Ham will be eager to do something similar over here. For Man City form line, to be honest, they've been performing really well and they are around 26 games unbeaten, and this is actually a very good record. And coming into this fixture, Manchester City, personally, they'll know this game is going to be tough because West Ham is a really difficult team to play. So I do think Manchester City will have to put on a decent show in order to win this game. On the other hand, for West Ham, they've been performing well, as I mentioned already. And in the last 5 fixtures, they've been performing well. Their only defeat came against Manchester United. It was a 1-0 defeat. And I think they could have done better, but then it was a FA Cup defeat, so I don't think it will hurt them a lot. And then they're also coming off a 2-1 win over Spurs. It was a very good performance from them. So for this game, I think it's going to be a tight one. And I'm pretty sure West Ham will be coming into this fixture more fresh because they had a week off. On the other hand, for Manchester City, they only had like 3 or 4 days off. So I think West Ham will be more fresh. And it's going to be a tight game. But from a prediction, I'm actually going to back Manchester City. To be honest, I think it's going to be a close game. West Ham will give a good fight. But I think Man City will be eager to extend their unbeaten record and also their winning streaks. So therefore, I'm going to go for Manchester City 1, West Ham 1-0. West Brom versus Brighton. This is going to be a decent game to watch. West Brom, to be honest, recently they've been performing well. They got a good result against Manchester United, and then they followed up with a draw against Burnley. Even though they were a man down, and still they were able to survive Burnley threats. But to be honest, I think West Brom could have easily won that game because Burnley were not really making chances, and West Brom did have some good chances, but then they couldn't find the ball back in the net. On the other hand, for Brighton, in the last 2 games, they got around 50 shots or a bit more than that, and they only got 1 goal. So I think this is one of the worst goal ratio I've ever witnessed. And I'm pretty sure Brighton will be eager to do something over here. It is going to be difficult because we all know that West Brom know how to defend against this team who likes to attack. So Brighton just have to get past West Brom once, and I think they'll find some momentum. But then if they can't, I think West Brom might actually able to hold on to Brighton at the end of the game. But from a prediction, I'm going to back Brighton. I think West Brom defense might just find it a little bit difficult. I'm sure they know what to do, but then I feel like Brighton need this win, and Brighton will be eager to get this win. So I'm gonna go for Brighton 2, West Brom 0. Leeds United versus Aston Villa. This is going to be a great game to watch. Both of these teams like to play some attacking football. Leeds United, to be honest, they've been performing well, and they got a 3-0 win over Southampton. It was a really good performance from them, and I think they will be eager to get another win against Aston Villa because they already beat them 3-0 this season, and I think they will be trying to do a double over Aston Villa. On the other hand, for Aston Villa, to be honest, if you look at the form line, recently it's not really looking good because they got 7 points in the last 5 games. And then if you look at the position they are in, I think it will be a little bit disappointing, but it is not that bad. And to be honest, Aston Villa, we all know that they are missing Jack Grealish, and they are creating chances, but then the magic of Jack Grealish is obviously missing, and they are a little bit behind because of that. So I think because of that, they will be behind again in this game. It's going to be difficult. Like, they will create chances, they will play some decent football, but I think Jack Grealish absent will actually hurt them a little bit. And against a team like Leeds United who like to play attacking style, it might just cost them a little bit. To be honest, like, this game can be a great game to watch because Leeds United do have a really good attack, and Aston Villa, to be honest, recently defensively they are a little bit behind, but I still think they are a solid team, and the goalkeeper is excellent. It's going to be a close game, but I'm just gonna back Leeds United, and the reason will be Jack Grealish absent will hurt them a little bit, and I think that will be the reason why they will lose. And I'm going to go for Leeds United 2, Aston Villa 1. Newcastle versus Wolves. This is going to be a decent game to watch. Newcastle will be eager to win this game because if Newcastle actually lose this game and Fulham beat Crystal Palace, Newcastle are officially in the relegation zone. So therefore, Newcastle will be eager to get a win out of this game. It is going to be difficult because Wolves, to be honest, recently they're picking up. They got 10 points in the last 5 games, but still, I'm not really convinced because they are still doing some mistakes, but still this team is looming up for a big finish, I think. On the other hand, for Newcastle, in the last 5 games, they actually got 6 points, but then if you look at their victories and if you look at their defeats, they play completely different football. When they win, they play some really good football, but then when they lose, they play some really, really bad football, and you think next game they're going to lose again. So it's going to be really hard to predict. But I think if you look at Wolves' form line, I'm going to back them to win because, as I said, they've been performing well and they're looming up for a big finish and the players are settling in really, really well. William Jose, yes, he didn't score a goal yet, but to be honest, he's looking good. He is making those moves which can be scary and he can easily find a goal against Newcastle. So I'm going to go for Wolves 2, Newcastle 0. And unfortunately, I think Newcastle will be in the relegation zone after this week, I think. Crystal Palace versus Fulham. All the Newcastle fans will be watching this game. As I said, if Fulham do win this game and Newcastle do lose, Newcastle will be in the relegation zone. For Crystal Palace, to be honest, they did play some decent football. And I did tell you guys, this team can be a very tricky team. They can play some really bad football and then they'll suddenly bounce back with a big win. And this is what happened against Brighton. They literally didn't have chances, but then when they got the chance, they took their chances. So this team is a really special team. They know how to win games. They know how to get points. On the other hand, for Fulham, to be honest, they've been playing some solid football. In the last 5 games, they actually got 8 points, and it is actually really, really good. And finally, this team know how to win because in the last 3 games, they got 2 victories. So therefore, I think this team will be eager to get another win and get out of the relegation zone. It is going to be a tough one because Crystal Palace is not an easy team to go past. And from a prediction, I'm actually going to go for a draw. I think Fulham do have a chance, but then if you look at a team like Crystal Palace, they can play some decent football. So therefore, I'm happy to go with a draw. I'm going to go for Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 1. And I think Zaha is still injured, so this can give Fulham an edge, but I still think Crystal Palace will be organized and they're coming off a victory and they'll be eager to get a point out of this game. And also Crystal Palace, they are not in the relegation zone, so therefore I think Crystal Palace won't mind a defeat over here. But well, let's just be honest, like I think it's gonna be a close game. And I'm happy to go with Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 1. Leicester City versus Arsenal. Both of these teams will be playing Europa League on Thursday night. So I think both of them won't complain about match fitness or anything because, as I said, both of these teams will be playing Europa League football. So in terms of form line, Leicester City, they've been performing well. In the last 6 games, they're unbeaten. They've been playing some decent football. In terms of Premier League form line, they're also playing some decent football. So I think they'll be eager to get a win out of this game and sit in a better position, or maybe actually move to second if Manchester United do lose or draw against Chelsea this week. On the other hand, for Arsenal, to be honest, this team did play good against Manchester City. Yes, in the first 2 minutes they gave away a goal, but then afterward I think they were playing some decent football. They were playing some decent football, but then once again the finishing touch is always missing from Arsenal, and they need that finishing touch. If they can have a good finishing touch, I think they won't be sitting 11th at the moment. They will be sitting around maybe 8th or 9th because, as I said, they do create a lot of chances, but then the finishing touch is always missing. So for this game, I think it's going to be difficult no matter what for Arsenal. But in terms of match fitness, I think both of these teams will be a little bit behind, but still, I'm going to back Leicester City to win this game with a scoreline of 2-0. Tottenham versus Burnley. This is an important game for both of these teams because they are not sitting in a good position. Tottenham are 9th, and Burnley, there is a lot of possibility that they can relegate because the recent form line is not that good, and Fulham is really, really looming up. Brighton, I don't know what to say about them, and Newcastle, they'll be eager to get a result. So therefore, I think it's a big week, and I think Burnley will be eager to get a good result out of this game because, as I said, relegation is still a possibility because the recent form line is not looking good, and Fulham, the way they're looming up is really scary. And Tottenham, to be honest, as I said, they're not sitting in a good position. They need a win, and I think Mourinho will be eager to get a win. If he screw up this game, I think the board will have a conversation with him, because like Tottenham cannot sit at this position because they are a good team, and I think Mourinho will have to do something, and he will have to win this game. And same goes to Burnley; they will be eager to get this win. But from a prediction, I'm gonna back Tottenham. I think they will have a little bit more quality. Burnley will give them a good fight, but I'm gonna back Tottenham. They need this win. Mourinho know he need this win. If he screw up this game, I think there's a possibility he might get sacked. So from a prediction, I'm gonna go for Tottenham 1, Burnley 0. Chelsea versus Manchester United. This is going to be a big game to watch, and I'm pretty sure many of you will be watching this game because it is a big game once again. Chelsea, to be honest, they've been performing really well in the last 9 games. They've been solid, they're unbeaten, so I think they'll be eager to extend their unbeaten run. On the other hand, for Manchester United, they've been playing some decent football as well. In the last 7 games, they're unbeaten. Yes, they will have to play Real Sociedad tonight, but I think they are not going to go with full squad over there because they already have a 4-0 win. So I think they will be going a little bit easier, and they're going to rest most of their big players, I think. So it is going to be a big game. Both of these teams will be fresh. And from a prediction, I'm actually happy with a draw, because this season many of these big games has been a 0-0 draw or 1-0 victory for a team. So therefore, I think something similar can actually happen, because this has been happening for the entire season. So I'm actually going to go for a big statement. I'm going to go for Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0, because honestly, this season there are a lot of 0-0 draw for all of these big games. So I think I'm going to call another one 0-0 draw for this game. Sheffield United versus Liverpool. Sheffield United, to be honest, they've been playing some solid football in FA Cup, but Premier League form line is not that good. And I think they will be telling themselves they have a good opportunity in this game, because we all know that Liverpool this season, they have been pretty embarrassing, especially recently, because they are completely out of form. Their finishing touches is really bad. Defensively, they're really not organized. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for Sheffield United to get a win. For Liverpool, in the last 9 games, they only got 3 wins and 6 defeats. And I can tell you this is not a good form line. And I think Liverpool will be eager to change their form line against Sheffield United to get a win, so that their momentum can be back. So it is going to be a tight game. But from a prediction, I'm going to go for Liverpool. I think they do have a little bit more quality, and I think it is a perfect game for Liverpool to get a win and maybe get back some momentum. So therefore, I'm going to go for Liverpool to win this game with a scoreline of 2-0. Everton versus Southampton. This is going to be a really interesting game to watch, because both of these teams are a very, very interesting team. They can play some solid football. Everton, to be honest, they got a 2-0 win over Liverpool, and I think they'll be eager to get another win so that they can keep their momentum going. On the other hand, for Southampton, they lost to Leeds United 3-0. But to be honest, there were some positive signs, because they did create a lot of chances, and I think their finishing touch was missing. So I think if Danny Ings do start, I think Southampton can be a threat in this game. And from a prediction, I do think it's going to be a close game, because Southampton, as I said, they've been making a lot of chances recently, but then the finishing touch is missing. And if you look at the form line, yes, they are performing bad, but then I think recently there are some good signs. And as I said, there is Danny Ings, so you can expect some goals, because he's a very, very good player. And then Minamino, I think he settled in really, really well, and I think he's going to be a big danger as well. For Everton, to be honest, they've been performing well, and sometimes they can be sloppy, and sometimes they can be really, really boring. But I think a game like this, both of these teams will be telling themselves they can win, and I think Everton will be eager to get a win, because they are sitting in a really comfortable position. On the other hand, for Southampton, they've been falling apart recently, so I think Southampton also need this win. So it is going to be a close game, but I think I'm going to be happy with a draw. I'm going to go for Southampton 1, Everton 1, and it's going to be a close game. But Everton will be going to this fixture telling themselves they can win, but I do think Southampton do have a lot of positive things. So therefore, I think both of these teams do have a chance, but I'm happy with a draw. I'm going to go for Southampton 1, Everton 1.